And Taylor, to no surprise to anybody who saw him, especially down the stretch in 2022, checks in as a 2023 preseason Player of the Year candidate. And in addition to taking home a ring last year, Taylor also took home LSM of the Year honors and returns in 2023 as a fifth year. His skill set and motor are a huge piece of the RIT identity, so let's take a look here and see how exactly what sets him up to be one of D3's most valuable players. And so right here, ground ball situation, this is kind of one of those identity plays that I'm talking about here. This is one of the things that separates RIT right here. That slickness, that ability to turn a loose ball into a goal is one of those things that just makes them a little bit different every time you play them. And here, York is actually going to be in a double pull of their own to combat this Mike Grace Taylor Jensen double pull. And unfortunately for the Spartans, it's still not going to matter. And in this situation, you get a ball going their way. It's close to becoming up Spartan ball, but Jensen and Grace are all over it. Keep it loose, keep it scrappy, and eventually an RIT defender is going to come up with it and go home. And then all of a sudden, yep, we get a good spotlight on Jensen. He's already getting up the field before this even happens. You're going to catch this thing over the shoulder, and now we're pushing transition off to the races. Get it to the short stick, and now watch this. This little deflected pass here is going to end up right to Jensen's ear. Quick stick down to the pipe, and before the defenders even know where the ball is, it's even the back of the net. So an awesome example of how that identity ends up falling in RIT's favor all the time, and Taylor has a lot to do with it. And here we're going to get a couple clips of him working and we're going to get to see him actually taking the ball away, working as a defender in an off-ball piece. Right there, you get a good crease collapse on a man-down situation. And then here you're also in another man-down situation. And York's going to start this action here. And then as we get a rotation here, we're going to get a spotlight on Jensen. And so right here now he's on the backside. As this rotation happens here and this defender goes to play him, Jensen's going to be left to split these two on the backside. And this is awesome. I mean, I don't know that you could possibly play this any better. And so here he goes, gets down the backside, ball gets skipped, and then now he's in the spot to go ahead, break back up the field, get a stick on it, pick it off. And he doesn't just deflect it, it's in his stick out the other way. And like we said, always getting offensive, and right there now we have an opportunity to push transition. And again, we're going to see him here pushing transition right off of a face-off win. And he's going to follow it up with a pretty slick move. Some nifty stuff here. And one thing that's going to help him here is this bad sub, right? If you make a bad sub against RIT, they are going to make you pay for it. And so right here, this face-off guy decides to take his chances, try and get to the box. And now we go and we get a 6-on-5 situation. Jensen hits him as a trailer, little hitch. I don't know what you call that. Not really a hitch to a face dodge, a hitch to a scoot maybe. And then he ends up finding the back of the net on that play. So pretty slick stuff there. Here we're going to end up with a double team, a Grace and Jensen double. Grace doing a really good job getting deep into hands, and Taylor just times this thing up, and he's able to go to the back of the head. Grace does a good job, like we said, being really disruptive there, and he himself has his own breakdown coming here as a Player of the Year as well. So two pulls that make quite the 1-2 punch. Here we're going to see him working in the middle of the field, putting on a little bit of pressure on in the ride, and they don't do anything crazy here. It's not like they're in a crazy special spectacular scheme. They just work really hard and have really good players, and right there is a pretty good example of it. You have Jensen getting sideline to sideline, getting there, applying pressure right away. And then here again, you're going to see him making a play right off the wing, applying pressure. This time it's going to be right onto the face-off guy as he comes up with this ball. That exit is just clearly just a little bit too far, maybe 1 or 2 steps, to the point where now by the time he comes up with it, Jensen's right into his hands and able to come up with the turnover. So like we said, an incredible 2022, takes home LSM of the Year honors, takes home a national championship, and now he comes back as a 5th year looking to add to the trophy case both as an individual and as a team, and trying to make 2 back-to-back national championships turn into a 3rd.